Has your cat ever looked directly at you and then slowly, almost deliberately, closed their eyes? Most people think it is just tiredness, a blink. But researchers at the University of Sussex ran a study specifically on that moment. And what they found completely changes how we understand the bond between cats and humans. Stay with me, because the last thing on this list is the one that is going to hit you hardest. We are going to break down the slow blink from every angle, the neuroscience behind it, what your cat is actually experiencing in that moment, and how you can use it to deepen your bond starting today. But there is one thing that the slow blink reveals about how your cat sees you specifically, that most cat owners never find out. We are saving that for the end, and I promise you, it is worth it. If you share your life with a cat, you have had this experience. You are sitting quietly, your cat is nearby, and for just a second, they turn and look at you, really look at you, and their eyes slowly close. And you felt something in that moment, didn't you? You just did not know what it meant. Here is what I want you to know before we go any further. That feeling you had? You were right to have it. That moment was real. And the science backs you up completely. The slow blink is not random. It is not tiredness. It is one of the most studied, most deliberate signals in the entire vocabulary of feline communication. And once you understand what is actually happening when your cat does it, you will never see it the same way again. Let's get into it. Point 1. It is not just blinking. Most people assume the slow blink is simply a cat drifting off, eyes getting heavy, a biological reflex. But here is what the science actually shows. In 2020, researchers at the University of Sussex and the University of Portsmouth published a landmark study in Scientific Reports. They specifically studied the slow blink, what they called the positive emotional blinking response. And what they found was remarkable. Cats slow blink in response to social stimuli, not fatigue, not light levels, people. Think about what that means from your cat's point of view. Imagine you cannot speak. You have no words. Your entire emotional vocabulary is expressed through your body. The angle of your tail, the position of your ears, the way you hold your eyes. And the deepest thing you can communicate, I feel safe with you, comes down to a slow, deliberate softening of your gaze. That is exactly what your cat is doing. What you can do right now, the next time your cat makes eye contact with you, soften your gaze and slowly blink back. The Sussex study also found that humans initiating the slow blink caused cats to slow blink in return and to approach the person afterward. You are not just receiving a signal, you can send one back. Point 2. What is actually happening in your cat's body? Here is where it gets interesting, because the slow blink is not just a learned behavior. It is tied to something physiological. Research published in the Journal of Veterinary Behavior has linked relaxed eye behavior in cats to their parasympathetic nervous system, the system that governs rest, safety, and calm. When a cat is in a threatened or high alert state, their eyes go wide. Pupils dilate. Every muscle is ready. The slow blink is the opposite of that. It is the body's way of saying, I am not on guard right now. I do not need to be. And here is the part that should stop you for a moment. A cat in the wild never closes its eyes around a threat. Closing your eyes, even for a second, is an act of profound vulnerability. When your cat slow blinks at you, they are choosing to be vulnerable in your presence. Be honest. When is the last time you really sat with what that means? What you can do right now. Create the conditions for it. Slow blinks happen most often during quiet, calm moments, not when you are rushing around or making sudden movements. Dedicate 5 minutes today to simply sitting near your cat, lowering your energy, and letting them feel the stillness. You may be surprised how quickly they respond. If this is starting to shift how you see the moments you share with your cat, the quiet ones, the ones you might have been overlooking, then hitting subscribe helps us reach more people who want exactly the same thing. Thousands of cat owners are learning this together. It costs nothing. And honestly, your cat will thank you for it. Now, let's keep going, because we are just getting started. Point 3. Why they do it with some people and not others. This is where it stops being just biology and becomes something more personal. The Sussex study did not just observe cats slow blinking at their owners. They also had strangers attempt the slow blink with unfamiliar cats. And the results showed a clear pattern. Cats were significantly more likely to slow blink in response to familiar people they had an established relationship with. What that tells us is that the slow blink is not a reflex your cat performs for anyone. It is selective, intentional. The University of Lincoln's Animal Cognition Lab has done extensive work on cat-human attachment and found that cats form specific, individualized bonds with their owners. Bonds that are distinct from how they interact with strangers or even other cats in the household. The slow blink is part of that individual bond. It is not something your cat gives away freely. What you can do right now. If you have a cat who does not slow blink at you yet, do not take it as rejection. Take it as information. Cats extend this signal when they feel consistently safe. Not just sometimes safe, but reliably safe. Focus on predictability, consistent feeding times, calm handling, and respecting their space when they need it. You are building the conditions for this behavior to emerge. Point 4. The mistake that blocks it. Without you knowing, most cat owners want more of this. More connection, more of these quiet moments. And most of them are accidentally making it harder to get there. Here is the mistake. Prolonged, unbroken eye contact. To a cat, a hard, sustained stare is not affectionate. It is a threat display. In feline communication, direct eye contact without blinking is what dominant or aggressive animals do. It signals tension, challenge, and danger. Studies in applied animal behavior science have documented the stress responses cats show when subjected to prolonged staring: elevated heart rate, avoidance behaviors, flattened ears. You might be trying to bond with your cat by looking at them lovingly, and from their perspective, you are doing the opposite. This is not your fault. No one tells you this. But now you know. What you can do right now. Break the stare. When you make eye contact with your cat, deliberately soften your eyes and look slightly away. Or perform the slow blink. You are signaling, I am not a threat. I am not challenging you. I am safe. That single shift can change how your cat responds to your presence over time. Point 5. What it means when they initiate it. There is a difference between a cat slow blinking in response to you and a cat who seeks you out specifically to slow blink at you. When your cat walks into a room, positions themselves in front of you, makes direct eye contact, and initiates the blink without any prompt from you, that is a different level of communication entirely. Researchers studying feline social behavior describe this kind of unsolicited affiliative signaling as one of the clearest indicators of a secure attachment. Your cat is not reacting. They are reaching out. Think about it from their point of view. They had a choice. They could have sat by the window. They could have stayed in the other room. They chose to come to you. They chose to look at you. And they chose to say, in the only language they have, I see you. I feel good with you here. What you can do right now, notice when this happens. Actually pause what you are doing and honor it. Slow blink back. Stay still. Let the moment be what it is. These are the moments that define a relationship between any two beings who cannot share the same language but still find a way to reach each other. Point 6. What your cat is actually feeling in that moment. We have talked about what the slow blink signals, but let's go one layer deeper into what your cat is actually experiencing when they do it. Work from the Anthrozoology Institute on feline emotional states suggests that cats experience something functionally analogous to what we would call contentment or affective bonding, a positive, low arousal emotional state associated with proximity to a trusted individual. In other words, when your cat slow blinks at you, they are not just telling you they feel safe. They are in a state of feeling safe. They are experiencing it in that moment. With you, you are not just the person who fills the bowl. You are not just a convenient source of warmth or routine. In that moment, you are their comfort, their anchor, their version of home. What you can do right now, be present for it. The slow blink lasts a second or two. It is easy to miss. Put the phone down. If you see it, receive it for what it is. Final point, the one thing it tells you about how your cat sees you. We promised you this from the beginning, and here it is. The Sussex researchers found something that goes beyond communication, beyond body language, beyond even attachment theory. When cats slow blink, when they choose that moment of voluntary vulnerability, they are not just expressing a feeling about their environment. They are expressing a feeling about a specific individual. Your cat does not slow blink at the walls. They do not do it at strangers who mean nothing to them. They do it at the people they have decided, entirely on their own terms, with no training, no conditioning, no treats, are worth opening up to. Cats are famously independent. They are not pack animals. They do not follow hierarchy out of instinct the way dogs do. When a cat chooses you, it is exactly that. A choice. Made freely. Repeated every time those eyes slowly close in your presence. The slow blink is your cat telling you, out of everything in my world, you are my safe place. Not because you feed them, not because you are simply there, but because of something in the way you make them feel, something they cannot say, so they show you instead, every single time. The next time your cat looks at you and slowly blinks, you will know exactly what that moment is. It is not nothing. It never was. It is one of the purest things any living creature can offer another. Trust, freely given in the only language available to them. If this changed how you see your cat, share it with someone who loves theirs. And if you want to keep going deeper into what your cat is actually trying to tell you every day, subscribe. That is exactly what this channel is built for. We do not just love cats here, we understand them. And we are going to help you understand yours.